As Raditz lands on Earth, he steps out, seeing the same farmer, but instead of catching the bullet, he lets it hit him. He just looks at the farmer, not knowing the farmer's power level, since Nappa crushed his scouter. He thinks of killing the farmer and blowing up the area, but decides not to. He might get Kakarot in the crossfire. So he flies up, looking for something that seems like a city or a town. He's expecting Kakarot to be the king of Earth, or even destroy it all, but it seems from what he could tell, Kakarot hasn't done any of that. So he asks around using Galactic Common, which Galactic Common kind of depends on your country, because obviously for me it's English, but you know. However, he gets nowhere. But he hears of a tournament, so he went to enter, even threatening to be let in, even threatening to be let in when he arrives late. So he joins the 24th Tenkai Budokai. Since I believe this happened before the Cell game. And, you know, the distance between the 21st and the 22nd was only 3 years. So why couldn't the 23rd to the 24th be 3 years? So Raditz enters, facing people who, we're going to be honest, they're just nothing to Raditz. Like, even Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan tries to fight Raditz, and Raditz just flicks him out of the ring, sighing because, once again, he got nowhere with this. But he made money, which confuses Raditz. But he took it. Now, when Raditz has no clues getting closer, keep in mind, TV is a thing. So, in West City, a blue-haired woman sees this tournament. As when she sees Raditz, she thinks he looks a bit like Goku, and decides to call Goku. Now, well, Mr. Satan would be all showboaty. Raditz isn't the kind of person. He just ignores all the people trying to talk to him. So, you know, no hero of the world Raditz or anything. Soon, Raditz would use the tournament money to basically eat and find a place to sleep. Sadly, the tournament money wouldn't last him so much. Sadly, the tournament money wouldn't last him so long. So, he has to find a job. He tries a lot of jobs. Construction? No. A gym trainer? No, too much weaklings. Job after job, it just doesn't work out. Although soon he hears about a bodyguard position for Capsule Corp. Raditz imagines it would be like basically what he did for Frieza. And since he's good at that, he goes to West City to apply for the job. Bulma sees Raditz again, the tall, muscular man, and blushes a bit as they start talking. Raditz talks about his past experience working for Frieza, destroying planets and killing aliens. Bulma, at first, thinks Raditz is crazy until he spoke about being a Saiyan. However, Bulma, seeing the tale, asks Raditz for some blood. Raditz found this odd, of course, but he complies, as Bulma gives Raditz the job, not because she thinks he's qualified, but she thinks he's a bit cute. She even gives him a little room there. He doesn't have to keep paying for them. Although, I imagine the room's more of like a shared room. Kind of like what the military has. Here's the thing. Yes, Bulma and Yamcha at this point are not together. Just keep in mind, Bulma finds out quite often Yamcha is cheating on her. Again, so, you know, Raditz confronts her, helping her get over him. It takes several days of Raditz being kind and bringing her stuff. She has stuff she asks for, even flowers and chocolates. One day, though, Yamcha shows up to try and make it up to Bulma, which Raditz, hearing how Yamcha keeps cheating on her the past few days, it wouldn't let him in. Even getting into a fight with Yamcha. Not going all out as to not kill him, but beating him until he left. One day, Bulma has to go to Kami House, though Mr. Briefs asks Raditz to go with Bulma. So, since he's getting paid for it, he goes with her. Now, yes, Raditz does train, but he gets really no gains in months. After all, it's Raditz by himself, and Saiyans gain more when they train with other people. I know some people will say, but Vegeta didn't train with people, and he got massive gains. Vegeta had a gravity room. But when he and Bulma land on Kami House, Raditz doesn't speak until Goku arrives, where he knows this is Kakarot. Without thinking, Raditz speaks out, Kakarot? Is that really you? Goku's confused. Guys, I'm gonna fucking suck at a Goku impression. Kakarot, my name is Goku. God damn, that's horrible. Damn. Higher pitch. Raditz those decides to explain about the meteors and how the planet got destroyed when Goku was a baby. And his saying name is Kakarot. Now, while Goku doesn't want to believe this, he also feels the crazy power. He also feels the crazy power to Raditz. He also feels the crazy power Raditz has. However, Bulma offers to do a DNA test, which Raditz agrees to. Now, thanks to Raditz being here, there is no attack at Kami House, and everyone has fun. Pretty much, Raditz can't attack them if he can't come to Earth, if he's already on Earth. After they have the DNA test done, and Goku finds out that they are brothers, so he asks Raditz to train since he's so strong, and Raditz, happy to have his brother around, agrees. Now, yes, Goku will grow fast, while Raditz won't grow really at all. Raditz also learned they don't have healing pods, which he would let Bulma have his pod to learn and copy its tech. Now, why does Raditz do this? Well, he wants Goku to heal faster and train better. Now, while he can't train every day, Goku's power would shoot up, and Raditz, well, he would train too, with Gohan even. Chi-Chi wouldn't let him. He would want to train with Gohan. Chi-Chi wouldn't let him. However, Raditz would sneak Gohan out and train him just a little. Now while training, Raditz would inform Goku of Frieza and Vegeta, where Raditz would also learn how to sense ki. Other than that, Raditz learns of the Dragon Balls. Raditz thinks of wishing for immortality, as one does in Dragon Ball, but decides, thanks to what he has experienced, he doesn't want immortality. Instead, he does in fact gather the Dragon Balls, but not to wish for immortality. He wishes Bardock and Gine to come back to life, which he's told by Shinron that he can't do that because their souls have already been reincarnated. This makes Raditz tear up, but then he thinks on what to wish for because he remembers what Nappa did for him. So, he makes a wish that would shock everyone. And he would wish for Nappa to be teleported to Earth. You might wonder, why? Well, think about it this way. Nappa saved Raditz's life, and Raditz is having a good life here on Earth. And if it wasn't for Nappa, he'd be dead. He wants Nappa to be happy as well, so Nappa, though, would show up confused and see Raditz, even making him even more confused. Like, think about it. He has to willingly get teleported, so just imagine Nappa blowing up a planet and then just hearing in his head, "You are being summoned. Do you wish to comply?" She's like, "What the fuck?" Sure. I guess. Then just appear on Earth. And he's already confused. He just sees Raditz. He's like, "What the fuck?" Of course, confused. Nappa would respond, I wrote Raditz wrong. I wrote Raditz. Raditz. Raditz, where am I? How did I get here? Nappa, you're on Earth. You were summoned here by the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls? Yes, you can wish for anything with them. Just then, Raditz hears Vegeta's voice through the Nappa scouter. I can't even do Vegeta right now. What is Vegeta's voice? I am the great Vegeta! No, that's my Raditz voice. Yes. Thanks for the information, Raditz. I'll be there soon. This makes Raditz's eyes widen. And then he blasts the scouter with a quick, precise beam, kind of like a finger beam, like Frieza does. It doesn't hurt Nappa, it just shocks him. Raditz, you fool! I wanted to help you, save you from Vegeta and Frieza. Now you just signed your death and mine. Raditz, though, smiles at the idea of fighting Vegeta. Haha! Nappa, remember what we did on that planet? We did it. We'll do it again. This time with Kakarot. Nappa was confused since he thought Kakarot was weak. I won't work with a weakling. I worked with you because you were strong. I refuse to work with a weakling. Raditz, though, yells back, Don't you dare call my brother weak. We can give you a good fight. He can give you a good fight. I promise, Nappa. I was about to read that in Raditz's voice. When they get to Capsule Corp, Goku sees Nappa, who Raditz explains to Goku that Nappa wants to spar, leaving the two for a while as he goes to Bulma, watching her work with a soft look in his eye. He asks Bulma what she has found, and she goes into deep details about what she found out. And Raditz nods, listening and watching. As Goku and Nappa fight thanks to training with Raditz, Goku is stronger than Nappa. Not by much, but he barely pulls out a win. As Goku smiles at Nappa, offering a hand to help him up, as Nappa smacks it out of the way and gets up as he keeps training for a few hours. Later, Raditz comes back. Raditz, Nappa, and Goku start their training. Why together? Because Nappa can see what training can do for him. Well, Goku and Raditz already trained together, and well, Raditz, noting that Earth's gravity is weaker, would probably ask Bulma if she could make something to change gravity. Now, as Bulma works on the healing pod and the gravity room, the world's strongest happens. And I've only seen Dragon Ball abridged version, so yeah. But we had the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai in this, so let's see how that goes. Now here's the thing. Thanks to Raditz winning the last tournament, he's the main target. He's the main target. He's just having a picnic with Bulma. As he is having a picnic with Bulma, he's tackled. Oh, wait, let me reread this. He's having a picnic with Bulma, as suddenly he tackles Bulma as a beam hits Raditz in the back, but he groans in pain. He then lets go of Bulma and looks worried, as Bulma looks worried for him. But he looks behind him as he sees Biomen. As Raditz sees the Biomen, it reminds him of the Cybermen, the same ones Vegeta and Nappa made fun of him for being just as strong as the Cybermen. Without a thought, he kicks one's head clean off. The circuits spark as it falls to the ground, as then Raditz punches his fist into another's chest and pushes it off. Basically, Raditz will body these things, faster than they can move. He leaves one alive to ask it where it came from. It tells him the lab in the Arctic. After Raditz rips its head off, he drops it. He gives Bulma a smile, and she gives him a knowing smile back as he flies off to the Arctic. As when he lands, he finds a lab and walks in, and he blitzes through everything. As he gets to Dr. Wheelo, now, in canon, I'm going to use canon Dr. Wheelo here. Dr. Wheelo is out to kill people. So Raditz is fighting him. Raditz literally rips off one of his robotic arms. right before blasting a hole into his chest. And when Dr. Wheelo goes to blow up the Earth, Raditz shoots a final Sunday. As the two beams collide, it's no match. And I'm sorry to all the DBA fans, Dragon Ball Abridged fans. But yeah, Dr. Wheelo is just dead. Now, if you're wondering how, because Dr. Wheelo has a power level of 39,000, Raditz has been training with Raditz and Goku. Raditz and Goku. Raditz has been training with Goku and Nappa, obviously. And it's been 6-ish months, which is, we brought the world's strongest kind of like before the Saiyan saga. Like, I just wanted to demonstrate how like fucking powerful Raditz got. And it's been 6 months, so Raditz is basically 50k because of the training with 2 other Saiyans who would catch up to him. He would grow faster, basically. Now, Vegeta at this time is going to Earth just to kill Raditz, because at this point, Vegeta thinks he can still kill Raditz. But when he lands, the moment he met with the 3 Saiyans, just waiting for him, because this is 6 months later, Raditz is at 77.5k. Nappa's at 60k. And Goku is at 70k. So yeah, Vegeta Scouter blows up at 50k. Because he has an older model. And they blew up really fucking easily. Now, if you think Raditz is just going to let Vegeta off scot-free, no. Well, yes, Vegeta is at 223k because of his fight with Raditz. He's getting beaten. Raditz basically uses him like a ragdoll. Raditz punches Vegeta in the face, sending Vegeta into a pillar of stone as Vegeta spits out some teeth and blood onto the ground. He looks up to see Raditz break his arm like 18 does, but sends him flying again as Raditz appears in front of Vegeta and slams him into the ground. As then, he picks up Vegeta by the hair and just breaks a pillar of rocks, holding Vegeta up so the rocks slam down on Vegeta. As Raditz slams his fist into Vegeta's chest over and over, then throws Vegeta onto the ground and stomps onto Vegeta's other arm, crushing it as he chuckles. "What's wrong, Prince? Can't fight back? Now you know how I felt under your boot and Frieza's." But Vegeta has too much pride and tries to shoot a blast at Raditz, hitting Raditz in the face, thinking he did some damage. But as the dust clears, Raditz doesn't even have a scratch, as he aims his hand out, charging a blast to kill Vegeta. Goku screams for Raditz to wait, as Raditz stares at Vegeta's eyes. Seeing Vegeta accepting his death, Raditz shoots the beam into the ground next to Vegeta, before stepping off of him and letting Vegeta live, knowing he lost to Raditz, a low-class Saiyan. However, Raditz crushes Vegeta's ship controls, basically so he can't call the ship to him, as he grabs Vegeta's pod and flies off to Capricorn. As when Goku and Nappa arrive, they have Vegeta's broken body, as at this time, the healing pods are finished, and they put Vegeta in there. As Raditz speaks to Bulma about going to defeat Frieza. Bulma, however, isn't sure about this, as Raditz and her argue before Bulma reveals she's pregnant, and this makes Raditz freeze, as that's what will end this part. Now, here's the thing. Power levels are still important, so let's go over them. Raditz is the top dog at 77.5k. Keep in mind, this is without gravity training. Goku is behind him with 70k. Nappa's third with 60k. Now Vegeta, once he gets out of the pod, we're going to put him at 50k. Because that's the last number he saw. So he probably thinks Raditz is 50k. And even though we haven't gone over Piccolo, there's a reason I'm adding him, but he is about 50k. Gohan, who hasn't trained much, is at 30k. Because, yeah, he's training with Uncle Raditz, who's powerful as fuck, and we all know when people train together, they get big gains, especially if you're training with someone stronger than you. And I do think the humans would train and try to keep up, so let's go over them. Tien is at 21k, Krillin's at 20k, Yamcha is at 18k, and Chiaotzu is at 15k. Sorry, Chiaotzu. But Chiaotzu has always been lower powered, so yeah. Keep in mind, these are the humans trying to catch up to Raditz and Goku in them. Now, go ahead and leave any discussion you want in the comments below on where you guys think we should take the story. Obviously, we're going to have a Frieza saga. But yeah. Leave some comments down below. Tell me what you guys have opinions about. Tell me if you guys think I could have done this differently and how I could fix things. Like and subscribe if you want. I always appreciate that. That tells me that you guys actually are enjoying my content. And yeah, I hope you all have a good night. Bye. Bulma sees Raditz again. He sees the tall, muscular man, not the tailed muscular man. The tall, muscular man, and blushes a bit. As they start talking. One day, as he goes to Kami house. Yeah, Raditz going to Kami house. He knows exactly where that is. By why did I write Purunga? Purunga is not the Yes, Kami has made Purunga, and the Namekians have Shinron. Pretty sure there's a what if out there for that. But Vegeta has too much pride. I want you to know I wrote, but Vegeta too much in his pride.